kids just started getting bouncy, man, and they started saying bounce by Brian.
What's going on? Welcome to the first ever official Beyond the Bounds podcast. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Brian McGill, and joining me today as my first ever guest, freshman at Gonzaga University, former Oregon Prep standout from Clackamas High School, former Oregon State Gatorade Player of the Year, Benjamin, the Vanilla Gorilla, Little Ben Gregg. Man, I guess we'll start with our sponsors, which are non-existent at this point. So I just picked up some Smart Waters on the way here today, and hopefully someone at Smart Water sees this and decides to reach out. I love your water. Honestly, though, this right here, not the vibe. That like little hint of the passion fruit mango. It kind of tastes like when you finish your Gatorade and then go to fill it up with the water fountain and it just kind of tastes like ash for the rest of the time. This is not a Smart Water, but besides that, please reach out, sponsor. I also like to give a big shout out to both PSD Underwear and Manscaped, who are not my sponsors, but they sponsor Little Ben. So, I mean, PSD, Manscaped.
Respect.
If you guys looking for more opportunities, more avenues and channels to get the name out, hit me for sure. Ben, I guess first question, how do you feel that your first two NIL deals or endorsements were both so closely related to your genitals?
I think it's a very important part of your body to take care of, first and foremost.
That's fair.
I don't know. They weren't my first two, but they're one of the good.
I'm sorry, bro.
There were a couple of the bigger ones.
So I want to tell you. But man, I guess back to some more important stuff. The reason that we're recording in a gym today, this was kind of a little bit of a rushed setup. A couple years ago, I was just joking around that if we did a podcast, you would be the first person on there. And I'm a man of my word, if nothing else. So you're welcome. We're here now. And then two, me and Ben started working out together maybe full time like 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago at this point. And I was just saying some of the times we spent just kind of like helped give me the vision that this is honestly, not to be too spiritual or whatnot, like what I'm on this earth to do is just help kids go through some of those things, help mentor people and help them just kind of become their best version of themselves as athletes and then off the court as well. At that time, I think you were going into the summer of your junior year when quarantine hit. Your goal was to play at a high major school. You still had high major offers, but at that time you didn't have the Gonzaga offer. At that time I wasn't doing this full time. So 2 years later, fast forward, we both made some sizable jumps. You just finished your real freshman season at Gonzaga. Mm-hmm. I just accepted a new job at Roke, doing performance training. And it's kind of just, I feel like we both have an opportunity over the next summer and next few months to just make another big jump and really kind of separate ourselves and move forward. So just wanted to bring you on, share some laughs, share some stories, and just take a second to have a little bit of gratitude and smell the roses, man, because that's some crazy shit when you think about it.
For sure.
Man.
Nah, it's I was thinking about this earlier when I was driving over here. Like, I only trained basketball. We did this with my dad. So like I never really worked out with anybody else. So to have the right guy, we had a connection right away. I remember first day I saw you, it was a 7 a.m. workout at Clackamas High School. You were in a full sweat.
So you had just walked in late eating like
no, I was
some cold pizza from
I was on time.
Papa Murphy's the other night.
No,
that's how I remember it.
No, you just happened to be 30 minutes early for a 7 a.m. workout, working on your jelly package.
But you're not early, you late.
In a full sweat, and I was like, who the heck is this dude?
Low-key, I missed the jelly era of high school basketball, so I'm trying to like get back in my bag and catch up to you guys.
No.
But no, obviously I appreciate that a lot. I was not going to just turn into a back scratching competition between the two of us of who's going to say the nicer things. But like you obviously know that means a lot to me. And same thing, man. Like I remember Matt when we opened that gym, he's like, why are you going down there with Brian? Why does he know anything about it?
At first, he was skeptical of it, you know, just because he didn't know anything about you. And I didn't really know much about you. I just knew that you opened the gym.
Yeah.
And with quarantine and COVID and everything, we didn't have much else to do besides being here every day, just working on basketball. He's not a personal trainer. He's just a basketball guy. He's a big body for sure.
Man,
take me to the post.
Is he a footer?
Nah, he's 6'10".
Matt is all of 6'10".
Yeah, he is.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty tough dude, honestly. Like you don't want to run into me on the street, but Matt can be a little bit intimidating at times, but then you get to know him a little bit better, and he's one of the kindest guys in the world. He's reached out to me with so many opportunities. It's crazy, always showing love, always plugging. So, man, let's just take an opportunity to show a little bit of love back to Big Matt and plug him.
No, facts.
Man.
I definitely wouldn't be where I am without him. And you now,
I don't know about that. But
I mean, like I was saying, like, he was just a basketball side of things with him. So for me I think what I needed to transfer my game was to work on the physical aspect of it, get stronger, faster, more athletic. And so being able to have both him and you in my corner helping me grow is definitely where I'm at today, which I can't thank you guys enough. I know we're always joking around and stuff, but I never actually, got to thank you for stuff like that, always being on my side and stuff. So.
I mean, you know where my head's at. It's always love. But just kind of touching on that, so like the first time we really started working on your body was, I mean, I guess during the season at Clark, preseason a little bit, but then when the quarantine hit, like that's when it kind of went crazy.
Yeah.
And honestly, looking back, we probably made the best of it. We definitely made the best of it that we could have, given the situations and the circumstance. Yeah. We probably right up there, though, with everyone in the country that made the best of it, like top 10% of people that were efficient and able to still continue to train. Just kind of talk about that experience. Like, obviously, you're about to go play for the Soldiers. I think when quarantine hit, you were the 27th, 28th player in the country. Shout out to Smart Water for the watered-down Gatorade. Getting ready to go play in the EYBL with the Soldiers. Unbelievable opportunity. You're going to be playing in front of a lot of scouts. The plan was to get that Gonzaga offer that summer, as well as who knows how many more. Then that happens. Are you panicking? Where's your head at with that? Talk about how the quarantine was for you.
Cutting off my junior year, I think we had a really good shot at winning state. That year got cut off the day of the quarterfinals, which was a heartbreaker. But yeah, I mean, obviously no one really knew what was going on with that. So kind of just was shut down for a couple weeks. Wasn't doing much besides coming in here. But I think a lot of people during quarantine, they either took a big jump or they just got lapped. And I think with what we were able to do, I think I made a big jump physically and basketball wise, but it definitely was. It's hard. I didn't get my senior year of high school, which went into me playing for the number one team in the country, so I can't really complain about that.
A little bit for sure.
Yeah, but like you said, I didn't get to play my last UIBL year, which is where a lot of guys really make a name for themselves. So yeah, it was hard, but always grateful for everything that came my way, and not regretting anything.
So fast forward, that started like March of 2020. Now it's October, September 2020. You commit to Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Take us through the timeline, because I can't remember off the top of my head exactly when all this went down, but maybe like a month or two after Gonzaga, maybe less, you walk into the gym one day and you're like, hey, I might be going this year.
Yeah, no, I do remember that. It was, I committed on my mom's birthday, September 9th. Shout out my mom.
Shout out Corey.
And then honestly, I think it was just a couple weeks later, they reached out and were like, you're not having a high school season. Not much is going on. Like, we have a spot open for this year. Want to come early? I was like, no question. It was really a no-brainer because we weren't having a season, and even if I was going to go into the summer, which is when I had to report up for summer workouts and stuff, so it wouldn't even worked out. So I was grinding out my last semester of school, and the next thing I know, I'm right there playing the best team in the country.
How long from the point that you decided, you said yeah to them, like, hey, I'm going to come this year, how long did we have from when you knew that till the day you actually left for campus?
It's probably a month. Maybe just over a month.
Yeah, I remember that too, because we were
Well, if it happened in late September, probably a little over a month.
Yeah.
Because I went up there on the 21st of December. I remember that.
Yeah. We had to get in shape quick.
No, I remember. We did. I told you that, and we were like, all right. So double down on everything and
talk about that, man. Like, it's hard going into a program like Gonzaga as a freshman anyways. That's a big transition for any high school athlete. You're joining literally the number one team in the country at Christmas break almost.
Yeah.
What was that transition like? Was it Did the guys just make you feel at home right away?
No, they made it so easy. I'm so appreciative of that. Just like, teams always talk about their culture and their family, but like, I was so scared going in because, like you said, it was Christmas break. They've already played a lot of games. They went through the whole summer workouts, fall workouts, and I wasn't there, So just me going in, I was definitely nervous just how they would take that. But, they opened me in with open arms and, made some of the best friends I'm ever going to make I'm going to have for the rest of my life. Which
no, serious, man.
It's crazy.
I mean, I'm an outsider. I'm not going to pretend I'm part of the Gonzaga family because obviously I'm absolutely not. But when you go down there, you get the same vibes from everyone. From Travis to all the players that I've met I wasn't there that first year because everything was so tight with COVID, obviously. But I went down for the BYU game this year and me, Andrew, cool as hell. Your boy, Matt, super cool. Me, Timmy, Nolan, all of those guys. And it was dope because I'm a little kid at heart, obviously, like this. Yeah. I'm a huge basketball fan and they knew who I was. They were asking about the Lightning t-shirts, which I'm gonna for sure have to still get Drew and some of those guys a Lightning t-shirt. But 100%, that's a really unique culture. And like you said, everyone talks about that, but to really have that and have it be real, like at Gonzaga, that's super special. Yeah. And then too, like selfishly, you go to Gonzaga, one of the #1 programs in the country, all of a sudden now I have access to your strength coach, Travis Knight, who is
he's awesome.
How would you even describe Travis's vibes? Or TK?
He's one of the coolest guys I've been around. Just like, we can literally talk about anything, like we can talk about performance on the court physically, but we can also talk about the mental side of things, which really helped me this last year. I was not at my highest point, with everything. And then we started talking once, twice a week just about life and where I'm at mentally and like how to improve that and just really get start enjoying life and just everything about it again.
No, for sure.
And that helped me so much, just improve. That made me want to go harder on the basketball court and the weight room, everything. Just get back to grinding again.
Yeah. Travis is how would you describe him to someone? Because the stereotype of a strength coach, and sometimes I'm extroverted and do some weird stuff, but the stereotype of the strength coach is like the Alabama, he's screaming in your face, if it feels good, you're not doing it right. Yeah. And Travis is much more laid back, he's almost like a Jedi or a Socrates of strength and performance. And for him, it's about so much more than just the body. It's the mind, the connection between the two. If we just break it all the way down, the entire point of the weight room and lifting weights in the first place is to help you move and help you move better on the basketball court. And that's been another little bit of a transition because at Roke, the new gym, which you haven't been to yet, you just got in town today, there's so much more space that it just affords us that opportunity to work on our movement patterns, to explore new movement, to do a whole bunch of low intensity plyometrics. And no one's going to know what this is besides Travis, which probably is not going to.
I'll make sure.
Travis not going to pollute his mind watching this conversation and taking steps backward mentally. But some of the Franz Bosch inspired movement drills you guys do. It's been beautiful, and now I've got that resource, so I'm going to take advantage of it in a couple days. So Travis, if you are watching, you're probably going to get a call or a text from me soon. I appreciate it in advance. Thank you, Sensei. Man, obviously you guys playing the national championship. Doesn't go your way that year. Let's just skip that part and fast forward to this season. What was different about year 2? Obviously for you as an individual, it's way different. Was the team different? And especially was the NCAA tournament and just talk about playing at home in front of the Kennel Crazy. Am I getting that wrong?
Crazy.
Yeah. The Kennel. Talk about that.
Kennel Club. It was. Last year was great. Obviously going to the national championship. We had a lot of different teams this year with Chet coming in and Drew staying and Anton staying. As a young guy, it's hard to get some playing time over those guys. They're great at what they do. I'm not saying I should have played more or anything like that ever. I'm grateful for every opportunity I have. So, just being able to learn from those guys was the biggest thing for me this year. Learning from Drew about his post move skills, footwork, and all that stuff because that's incredible.
His footwork is like real art in my opinion.
It
is. It's stupid. I remember at the Moto we were just watching him, and you guys started just kind of feeding him a little bit more. He was getting, and it's unbelievable.
No,
it's truly unbelievable. Man, you touched on Chet. Chet is a unique character, and when you kind of expressed to me what his character and he's like socially and just who he is as a person, talk about that because I think a lot of people are probably curious what Chet is like. Yeah, no, I think a lot of people just see the basketball side of Chet. So like coming in, he was obviously the number one player in the country. I didn't know what to expect from him. That he could be a super just self-centered guy that like doesn't care about the team, just wants to be there the 1 year and get to the league, get his money and get out.
Yeah. But that's the total opposite. Like he's always cracking jokes, all that stuff. He's always hanging out with us. Like he's not like trying to hide himself.
Yeah. Where'd he get the Cheddar nickname?
He actually,
talk about that?
No, he called himself Cheddar Bob in class. It was like we were doing like class and like this, icebreakers, introducing ourselves, and so like I'm Cheddar Bob. Yeah. Minnesota. Freshman, my favorite snack. It was like our favorite snack. It was like Uncrustables or something like that.
What was your favorite? Go-Go Squeeze? Go-Go Squeeze.
Shout out Go-Go Squeeze, but
shout out Go-Go Squeeze. Next one we got to talk about just personality-wise is what's Timmy like?
He's like not the exact same. They're both super goofy.
Is he exactly what you would expect him to be like based on his on-court demeanor?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I remember I had the pleasure of meeting him when I was up there that weekend, and he was exactly what you would expect.
No, he is.
Just the exact same vibe that he puts out with his celebrations, with how he is with you guys on the bench. Yeah. Just hilarious, man. Absolutely hilarious. Shoot, moving forward. So, Chet, best of luck in the league, my friend. Hopefully, I'm going to catch you in Vegas this summer for a Beyond the Bounce podcast in the hotel. Maybe not. No, I'm not tripping if not. Anyways, next year, Drew might be there. He maybe not. He's declared for the draft as of the day that we're recording this. And I believe he signed with an agent. They flipped those rules a little like a few years ago. So I'm not sure if he's eligible to go back if he wants to, depending on the feedback he gets from teams during the pre-draft process. But either way, what is it going to take for you to kind of take that next step as a player to be the player that you're going to eventually be one day?
No, I'm definitely, probably the most hungry I've ever been.
Get better. Literally.
Right now I'm pretty hungry too, both. But figuratively, like I'm just not, like growing up, like playing basketball, middle school, high school, elementary school, I never didn't play, I was always the man on the team, so.
I mean, you were the best player on every team you played on probably with maybe
some age.
I mean, and that's just up for debate. You're a humble guy, so you're not going to just say that. But and I don't know if that's facts or not, but 100%, for the most part, 90% of the time, you're the best player, probably by a wide margin on the team. Yeah, so my first year I came there when I was my senior year, when I went early, I was expecting not to play, just kind of get there, get my feet wet. Yeah. And then this last year, the roster was pretty full with bigs, so it was hard to, get much time on the court. So this year is kind of a little bit more open. And so I just, I'm really going to be grinding this off season, just trying to do anything I can to earn some minutes next year, however I can, So I'm excited to start grinding. I mean, I already have been. So it's going to be a lot of fun just being able to work and see where that takes me. They got a history, I guess, at Gonzaga having guys with some out there haircuts. Like obviously Adam Morrison comes to mind. Kelly Olynyk has some crazy hair. I mean, I'm not a Gonzaga guy that much, but I'm sure there's a ton I'm missing. Rem, shout out to Rem, legendary man bun. His other boy, whose name I'm blanking on right now. But there's been some legendary hairstyles throughout Gonzaga in the days. Are we anticipating this is going to be kind of like an X factor potentially to help channel some of those powers? Honestly, what's the thought process behind it? Are you just jumping on the wave?
No, it's actually a little deeper. Like, it's a little deeper than that, So my thought process was, I was, like I said, it was kind of struggling basketball. I love basketball, but it wasn't as fun as it used to be. And so I kind of took my hairstyle, and I was like, you know what? I got to switch it up. I got to be able to have business in the front, but have a little party in the back. I got to be able to have some fun. I got to stop taking things so serious and, just have fun with life and that turns into also having fun playing basketball.
You know what, man? I'm not even mad at that answer, honestly. I was about to
deeper.
roast it no, 100%, man, 100%.
Nah. But and hopefully it catches on with some companies, give me some bread here and there.
I'm trying to think who'd even want, like, Head and Shoulders or
anybody. I'm good with whatever.
No, I feel
whatever
that.
comes my way.
I feel that. Man, talk about the tournament this year. What was that experience like?
Yeah.
Kind of last maybe basketball topic we'll touch on, but you guys coming to the Moda Center. I think you called me maybe the week before because maybe you guys knew somehow or anticipated you'd be the 1 seed and already had tickets from before that just to go watch whoever came and played. What was that experience like?
It was 25% capacity everywhere we played. And a lot of the games were at the Colt Stadium with seats like over 100,000 people. So it was a big arena, but it wasn't like full. So it was kind of weird. But being able to play in Portland this year, the coolest thing for me was just like sitting there and like looking around in the stadium, like just seeing familiar faces.
Did you see me?
I didn't see you. No,
I was in like Lexus club level.
Yeah, you couldn't afford the lower seats. But yeah, I saw a lot.
I was probably at the bar outside, honestly.
Yeah, probably faded. But just seeing people I knew.
Supporting Gonzaga.
And obviously having all my family be able to be there was pretty dope. And I got in, which was cool. But yeah, I mean, obviously it ended short. But being able to play in front of a full capacity crowd was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
NBA arenas are obviously bigger than a lot of college.
It was booming on Saturday. It was booming.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun.
Man,
sure.
We're going to get into some less serious stuff. We're messing around with some segments. This beta testing, we're just trying things, seeing what sticks. First one, though, this is the podcast plug. So you get a plug. It can be a local business, entrepreneur, service, you name it, someone local. I'm going to go first so you can think about that for a second.
I already got mine.
You already got yours?
It's easy.
I'm still going to go first anyways. But mine is Heartland Creative. His name is Alex Hartman, is the creative designer. I mean, I don't even know what his job title would be because he's a man of many talents. But he runs his own agency now called Heartland Creative. He designed my logo.
Fire.
It's basically a charity project, especially at the time. Like his clients include, and he doesn't like to brag. He's not really a self-promotion kind of guy. His job is to promote others. But I mean, he's worked with Dame. He's designed Adidas Black History Month collection this past year. He's worked with Nike way back in the past. He worked at a place called, I think like Recon B Labs that like ID'd player exclusive shoes. I mean, he's been all over the stuff with Division Street at the University of Oregon. He's been on all over the NIL stuff from the start. He's collaborated with Ric Flair, Kevin Durant's Boardroom Media Entertainment Company. Like he literally is doing a charity project helping me with that logo just because I've known him since way back in the day. He was one of the lead creatives with the Moody's at Shoot 360 when they opened that first Beaverton location. I'm not sure if they're involved yet or not. But he's the man. So go follow on Instagram, Heartland Creative. It might not be a business that you specifically are going to hire or use, but at least go follow him, show support, because he puts out fire stuff all the time. It's really crazy what that guy's, his creative energy, the level he's operating at is just great vibes. Man, shout out to Alex. I appreciate you.
Love. Mine's pretty easy. Portland Gear, Marcus Harvey, everybody over there that does all their stuff. There's great people, you know, treat me like one of theirs, hook me up all the time.
Crazy,
and
I feel like
I've hooked you up with plenty of stuff.
I think you've given me one T-shirt.
You complained about it.
Because it's only one T-shirt.
Yeah, that was okay. But yeah, Portland Gear for sure.
Portland Gear.
A lot of love.
Shout out Marcus Harvey.
Big facts.
So I put up on Instagram, you got a few questions coming. I might actually have to check to see if there's any coming in right now because we put one up right before we started this. But man, just to start, who'd you get along with when you got to Gonzaga? Like who were some of the first teammates that you kind of were vibing with and starting to kick it with?
Right away was Andrew and Matt Lang, fellow Portland native. But that kind of, they're still my closest friends, Like Andrew was cool. He was the older guy, so he's kind of the leader on the team. And when I came in, he was super cool to me. Let me hang out with them. Invited me to, allowed me. Sound like a dweeb, but no, he was cool. always inviting me to do stuff with them whenever they did stuff, which helped the process go a lot smoother and easier for me.
Yeah.
Made it a lot more fun for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, everybody on that team was
100%.
great.
I feel like Andrew's going to have a long NBA career too. I feel like he slept on.
Sure.
But if you watch how he plays, everything translates. He's going to continue to shoot it better. Like, all you're going to get is more reps when you get to the league. You don't have anything else to worry about. His pick and roll game is
crazy.
Sick. Man, what are the teammates that kind of helped you learn the most? Who have you learned the most from a teammate perspective? I imagine one of those definitely got to be Drew. With the footwork and having to defend that every day.
No, it's Drew for sure. Like you said, I had to guard him every day. You know, like, it's impossible to guard him, you know? Like, no one in the country can do it. So, yeah, he had a lot of those on me. But I was able to pick his brain. He was open to answer my questions whenever I had anything, you know? Like, what to do with this situation, that situation, you know, answer all my questions, and, you know, didn't treat me like anything, you know, just was open and definitely helped me improve my game.
He's just a quality human being from at least what I've seen.
For sure.
Most fire hoop shoe of all time. You get one choice just based on looks, but not like the best looking basketball shoe off the court, the best looking shoe to actually play in. So
no, like retros?
No, you could choose retros, but like not the best with jeans, the best in a game.
Yeah. The Kobe 9 Christmas. I think they were Christmas. No, they were what the Kobe 9s.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They're like green, red.
Yeah.
High top and like mainly white. Fire.
What about best for performance?
The new Giannis's, I think.
You think so? Of all time?
All time. Oh, the PG ones. Paul George ones are super comfortable.
Yeah, it's slept on for sure. Go Google Nike Huarache 2K. There's like some old school Huaraches. That's before your time. The Huaraches used to be the greatest shoes ever. What kind of forks do you use at home?
Plastic.
Plastic forks?
Only plastic forks. Bro,
metal forks. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Nah, metal forks, it's kind of a pet peeve of mine. You know, like,
using.
Well, for one, when you're cutting steak,
using
also
metal
a knife.
forks is a pet peeve.
No. You know, also like a metal knife kind of gets me riled up too, because like when you're cutting a knife and like it scrapes, makes that like sound. You know what I'm talking about?
Like fingernails on the chalkboard.
Yeah, that and the fork when you scrape, like people scrape it on their teeth, like when they take a bite of something, I can't.
I'm thinking the real answer is like maybe when you were a young fella back in the day, like you just had a little trouble with the fork. They had to put a little.
I never had trouble with the fork.
Okay. Go-to meal or food spot?
Honestly, I eat Chipotle almost every day.
Chipotle?
Almost every day, yeah.
Every day?
Yeah. Whenever I'm hungry, I'm like...
What? Chipotle?
Yeah.
What's the order looking like? Burrito, bowl?
Bowl, white rice, steak, and the new chicken. Pollo asada chicken, double. We got the green salsa, corn, lots of corn, cheese, and guac. But instead of using a fork...
Damn, homie, you getting double meat and guac?
Bro, I'm balling. But I don't use a fork. I use my...
nice.
I'm not done my order.
Go ahead.
I use my chip as my fork, scoop it up, eat it with the chip.
Don't they have plastic forks at Chipotle?
No, they do, but it's a double whammy. And the guac is already in the bowl, so it's already just like eating chips and guac.
All right. Last question. Ox God, what's in the music rotation lately?
Jack Harlow. He's got that new song. Yeah, that song's fun.
I'm gonna use one of his lyrics. I know what they like, so I just keep choosing. That's gonna be on one of my IG captions in the near future. I'm gonna wait
corny, yeah. But I've been listening to a lot. Got a lot of new music. I haven't really sat down and really like tried to find some new stuff. Sometimes a couple nights here and there, I really try and dive deep. Shorty lately.
I'm gonna be honest, I never heard of him.
Yeah, well, you're missing out.
What else you on? Lil Tecca?
Let's see, Lil Tecca, not in a while. Lil Baby, Moneybag Yo.
Okay.
He's hot. Lil Durk a little bit, not a lot.
I mean, I'm tuned in.
I'm always banging some Nav. Nav slept on.
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna just let that go. I don't know if he slept on though. You got any shout outs for anyone? Speak your heart. Who you want to give a shout out to? This is gonna be viewed by probably at least tens of people.
I already give a big shout out to my dad. You know,
man, can we?
Probably
talk
he doesn't
about-
need another. He's gonna get a big head if I keep talking about him. So
Can we talk about Zach's got dudes or Zach's got dads real quick?
that was big time. No, that was big time. I think him and the dads had a little too much to drink down here in Portland, and we're just talking. And somehow Zach's got dads came up, and my dad got a lot of local people that can make
Low-key
custom T-shirts.
Matt Gregg,
He got a
T-shirt god, merch god.
Next day,
Twitter
all the
guy.
dads were rocking them, and
That's fire.
the rest is
honestly.
history. It's kind of blown up a little bit. I think if the tournament would have kept going on, it would have got bigger and bigger. But that's kind of my dad's dream, is to blow up on Twitter somehow.
To blow up on Twitter?
Yeah, he's a big
I
Twitter
didn't
guy.
actually know about, like, he would like to increase that
Oh,
follower
yeah.
count.
He wants to be trending. But yeah, so
Twitter god Matt Gregg.
shout out Pops.
And shout out Matt. Matt is now, we're at Warner Pacific University right
Warner
here.
Pac.
The reason that we chose this location, by the way, is because Ben was in town and I didn't really feel like driving down to Gonzaga in the near future. But we wanted to do it this weekend so Ben could be the first guest on the Beyond the Bounce podcast. And his dad, Matt, is a coach here for the women's program and recently was promoted or got the job of athletic director as well. So shout out to him for that success. And you kind of grew up in this gym from the time you guys moved from Spokane as a young kid to Portland. This has been
No, it's been home.
this
I've
has
been
been a lot,
here
the dojo.
every day. You know, once I was after kindergarten, you take me here. I was messing around in the gym all day, and then kept going.
No,
Yeah,
100%.
it's
man.
crazy. But yeah,
100%.
gotta also shout out my mom. My mom's the backbone. She keep things, you know, times get rough with my dad, you know, on my rear end. My mom's always there, calm me
I
down, all
appreciate
that
you
stuff.
censoring yourself. There's no rules. I'm in charge right now, so we can say what we want. I appreciate that, though. You gotta maintain your image. But you are sponsored by mostly like genital care companies, so I'm not sure how far that's going at the end of the day.
Yeah, but
If you're getting sponsored by something to shave your, you know what, then you can maybe say how it works. But I appreciate that.
shout out my mom for sure, and
Man.
my brothers, you know,
Oh yeah, for sure. Shout
beating
out
up on me when I was a youngin.
Nah. Guys might be a top 3 funniest family of all time, honestly.
No, it's comedy. I
Keep
don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember a lot of hanging out with Jordan up in Spokane. You want to talk about that?
I remember the entire thing, dude.
Did he wake up the next day?
I don't know. That's relative, dude. Everyone gets the same 24 hours. It's what you choose to do at the end of the day. Like, I'm up there.
You got a long.
I'm
night
up there
tonight.
like, hey, like, all love for Ben. I want to celebrate his success. I want to enjoy these times with Jordan and
definitely
his,
enjoyed
and his
them.
great friends that we're
You
hanging
enjoyed
out
them.
with the fellas. We're not even going to get into that too much, though, because I make the rules and
Yeah, I thought we could talk about whatever. I thought we could talk about
we draw
whatever.
the line right there.
We use a different language, but
You're
we can't talk
drawing the
about
line
it. Saturday
right
night in
there.
Spokane with
Man,
Bounce by
Spokane
Brian.
was low-key booming for a
booming.
second. At least
Oh, it
in my
was.
world, it was. In my reality that I was living in that night, it was booming.
It was booming in your world, for sure.
That's good times for sure. We'll maybe address that on a later date. This is our first episode ever. I personally did, you just the guest, as little prep as possible for this, just to let that thing just rock and flow off the top of the head. So we're going to continue to improve and get better and better and better. We'll probably run it back with Ben. That'll probably be I don't know, man.
Let's go a year.
gonna start
Let's do a
cranking.
yearly thing. You know?
A year?
Yeah.
Dude,
Talk
what
about
the
the
summer.
No, we can reflect on the year we just had. Every year.
Dude, I feel like
Like a
I
good
feel
time.
like-
It's a good time right now. You know, after my
what is
season.
it, like April. Yeah. We're going to catch you guys with little Ben next April 15th, 2023. If you would like to find me on social media, my Instagram handle is @BounceByBrian. My website, www.bouncebybrian.com. If you want to train with me, I'm now located at Roke Performance Therapy in Tigard. It's the greatest. I can't say enough good things about them and what we're doing there. Come get in the lab with us this summer. Like we talked about at the beginning, it's going to be a crazy one. I'm going to get a lot better at what I do. Ben's going to get a lot better at what he does. And we're really just going to blast off from there. Where can the people find you?
I kind of don't like saying it anymore. It's not the vanilla gorilla.
Yeah, it's tough.
But IG, Ben Gregg _33. Sucks. I don't even like saying it.
It's good.
RIP Vanilla Gorilla. Twitter, Ben Gregg 20. No website.
No website?
Nah.
Okay.
TikTok. I don't
Are
know.
you a consumer or producer?
On what? TikTok? Consumer for sure. I don't produce a lot. I got a lot in the vault that I could post and probably blow up, but you know, I don't want to be TikTok. I don't want to be a TikTok guy.
Yeah, no, actually, I feel that.
You do?
Man, I'm trying a little bit. Sometimes I can't figure out the setting on like my reels to put music on Instagram, so I'll upload it to TikTok, put the song on, post it, and then just save it, put it back on Instagram. That's how I'm doing it. But I put no effort into that. I got a strategy meeting with Samit, like I was talking about on Monday. We're gonna go over the TikTok plan. We're gonna blow up in like the 8 to 14-year-old boy demographic. But shoot, man, first episode's a wrap 2 times. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're still watching at this point,
respect to you.
Big respect, big love. I appreciate you. Let me know in the comments. Tag a friend, like, subscribe, hit the link in bio. That's it. Peace.